Good morning, everybody. Salute to everybody that's checking in this morning. Salute to everybody that's gonna catch the replay. Hit that like button for your boy, man. We got some things to talk about. There's a couple of things I wanted to talk about this morning. Shakur Stevens and Frank Martin. Some more details has been revealed as to who's ducking, right? Terence Crawford rips Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia, man. Boy, half the tables have turned. I've been waiting for this day for a long time, and I knew it was going to eventually come, and it came. What's going on, Cooking with Cersei in the building? I know it's early for everybody, man. Wait for everybody to get up in here on this early Wednesday morning before we get this show started. But before we talk about the main topic, I seen something where Tyson Fury said that he's don't no longer plan on fighting any contenders, and he's planning on just doing the big fights, like the big fights or whatever. See, that's just something that I noticed that Tyson Fury said that I thought was pretty crazy. And this is what happens when you root a guy into position, and he essentially ruined the heavyweight division. The bronze bomber couldn't get the job done, but he was definitely better for the heavyweight division. But yeah, man, wait till some more people get up in here, man, before we really get started. This thing with Frank Martin is getting real interesting, man. This thing with Frank Martin and Shakur Stevenson is getting real interesting. Me personally, I think that Frank do want to fight. It could be a situation to where Al Heyman botched the fight, man. His handler said, "Nah, mm-mm." But we go look into it. We go see, because I see some more details has been revealed from Shakur Stevenson, who has made himself somewhat of an enemy in the boxing community. He's also looking like the boogeyman out here in the boxing community. Really, other than that, ain't too much other stuff been going on in boxing. We still waiting on the Boo Boo Andre Benavidez. It seemed like it's on the Benavidez side right now is what we're waiting on. I don't know. Other than that, there's not too much going on in boxing. But yeah, let's see here. You said Frank Martin is pulling on Stevenson, the same thing they pulled on Boy. Yeah, man. I mean, we gonna talk about it, bro, because there's a lot of similarities in a lot of these situations. And a lot of this stuff we've seen it before. We've seen it happen to other guys before. Man, hey, look, man. At the end of the day, Sonny, um, it was a duck. Especially if you agree, got past the purse split and all that, and it was agreed upon. That looked like a duck move, bro. That looks like a duck move. But let's go ahead and get this thing started. Let's see. So as of right now, this is the latest, right? As far as this situation with Shakur and Frank, we're gonna talk about Bud and them in a minute because we're gonna cook on that one. Because that was a long time coming for them dudes. But these guys been going back and forth. Frank Martin finally reveals to my fans, I want this fight just like y'all. And I never asked for no 50-50 split. Now, Shakur came out and said previous that he did ask for like a 50-50 split or something like that. But then he says right here, you asked me in the DMs yesterday. I explained to you all the numbers. You still asked for half of the money. Stop the cap. So, hey, like I told you guys too, if it's about the money, it's because Frank Martin, we saw what he got in his fight with Michelle Rivera. And one would imagine that was a much bigger fight than the fight with Artem Hunyayan. So, Frank Martin trying to get paid out here, bro. He probably do want the fight, but he got to pay Arrow. He got to pay Derek. He got to pay this guy. He got to pay. Frank Martin ain't going to be left with no money. And really, he got himself in both. Really, in my opinion, both Shakur and Frank Martin is in a situation to where they got to pay hand out a lot of money to a lot of different people. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, you look at guys like Devin, You know what I'm saying? Look like he's been, a 35-year-old champion that's been doing his thing for years, and he's living lavish. You know what I'm saying? These other guys, man, they not so much. But Shakur, apparently, according to Shakur, though, is that this difference with the Devin situation is he wouldn't have been getting more in that fight than he got in his other fights or some shit like that, right? I don't know. These guys are starting to spell the information out on social media. Let me see if I can pull it up. These guys starting to talk about all their business on the internet, and that's probably why a lot of people is annoyed by Shakur. But of course, he's pressing their favorite fighters too. But right now, he says, "Wait, all right." Right here it says, this fighter got more heart than the rest of them. And truthfully speaking, I believe he's a better fighter than that big ninja who got cold feet and pulled out. But you look pressed up on me and I will answer the phone call. I don't duck, no smoke. Let's get it, nigga. Edwin de la Granga. Hey, Shakur ain't playing no games, dude. He ain't playing no games, bro. He went straight to the next guy, dog. He said, Edwin Lee Dos Santos, let's get it, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And he tags him, let's get it. And he said, be careful what you ask for. See y'all in November for real now. So Shakur's got something cracking in November. And it might be Edwin de Los Santos. Let's see what Edwin had to say. I don't see. Come on, man. In English, bro. You do English any other time. Yeah, see, you do English any other time. And now you speaking Spanish again. Come on, bro. Nah. Where's the translation at, man? Hold up. With God, everything is possible. Okay. So he ain't talking about fighting Shakur, but Shakur is definitely pressing him now because he was pressing on Shakur when Shakur was trying to deal with Frank. So yeah, man. I mean, it's a narrative out there right now that Shakur, people still saying Shakur ducking this and that. I don't really understand it. But right now, Shakur's looking like the boogeyman out here. He looking like the boogeyman out. A lot of these guys right now is hating on Bud too, I see. Hold up. Yo, hit that like button for your boy, man. Let's get this thing going. Salute to everybody in the building, man. Sonny Chiba in the building. Cooking with Serve, salute. Cerebral, salute. Massachusetts Fishing and Growing, salute. Killerman Smeeze, salute. Best of Truax, salute. Hey, Shakur Stevenson pressing these fighters out here, man. That's what we can say, right? You can kind of try to spin these narratives however you want. The thing is, with let me go back real quick. The thing is, with because they still sticking to the 25% offer, right? And for me, like I said before, that was never like a real offer. You know what I'm saying? Like you said 25%. The same thing as Spence saying 70-30 in the public, right? Nothing really happened with Spencer Crawford till they sat down and really made the negotiations happen. That never happened for Shakur Stevenson. He tried to make the mandatory, right? We forget how these things play out. But your boy Bushido's here to remind you. Shakur Stevenson, after the fact that he didn't want the 25%, he tried to force the mandatory by the WBC. In WBC, the mandatory is like 33% or something like that. Something like that. Devin said, nah, man, I'm about to move up. Champion at recess. You know, I'm fighting pro grade. That was kind of on a stall for a little moment. Now they about to fight. But slowly, Devin started vacating the belts. So instead of negotiating, he vacated. Spence and Crawford negotiated. Negotiations fell apart. They got right back on it. Next thing we know, we got that fight. The rest is history. And I'm not knocking Devin right? Because I felt that he was probably ready to go up anyway, and he probably felt deep in his heart that if I'm gonna fight Shakur, it definitely can't be at 135. It can't be at 135. I ain't gonna be at my best. And Shakur is a bloodthirsty little dude right now. That's just what it is. So Devin vacated instead of negotiated. I mean, they didn't really want to deal with Shakur. Maybe not right now. Maybe not right now. Frank Martin? Nah, bro. Nah, bro. It's a difference. Y'all actually had some type of negotiation going on. And then out of nowhere, the fight just didn't happen. It had the boxing public believing that a fight between Shakur and Frank Martin was going down. And then you pull it out for whatever reason. I don't think Frank Martin got cold feet as far as him actually wanting to fight. I think it was probably had a lot to do with the business, man. Frank Martin is a fighter who's going to want a substantial amount of money, probably because he's just in a situation that he's in. Now, if Errol Spence was able to take a back seat and take like a smaller cut just so Frank can kind of get ahead, that'd be pretty dope, right? But Frank Martin probably looking at it like, man, shit, man, I need something. But then he ain't in no position to demand such things, right? He never touched the world title, bro. Shakur is a multi-divisional champion with multiple titles. Not to mention he's a silver medalist Olympian, bro. So he already got clout in the game. He was the super B-side going to this thing, regardless. It was for a vacant title. Like, regardless of the fact, man, these guys at 135, I don't care what nobody in this boxing community say. Shakur Stevens is the number one guy at 135 right now. He's the number one guy that got ranked. Definitely by the WBC. They trying to make fights with the pit bull. They tried the WBC even stepping in, trying to make fights with these guys, and these guys are turning it down. But since boxing fans don't like Shakur Stevenson, since he pressing dudes, and maybe it's because he got something to do with Crawford. But whatever the case, he out here looking for the smoke, bro. He actually tags Edwin De Los Santos. Say, you the next guy in line. You like number 6. I went down the list. None of these dudes want no smoke. Yeah, I don't know if the fight is still on. I don't know if the fight's still on. Maybe he's fighting De Los Santos in November. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's fighting De Los Santos. Because it'll be a world title shot for De Los Santos. It'll be a world title fight for De Los Santos. Yeah, I don't know how truthful the statement is, man. That's the thing. We don't know. Shakur be doing a lot of talking on social media, a little too much. But I don't know how true that statement is. He really wants to get up in there and prove himself. He want to get in there and prove himself against some quality opposition. This is what boxing fans is really talking about: is the Shakur Stevenson, the Frank Martin, Terence Crawford always comes out of nowhere and starts some shit. But other than that, it really ain't too much going on in boxing. You said Martin ducked. Yeah, man. We gonna see if Edwin steps up though. He ain't really said too much in Shakur to start focusing his attention on Edwin, but maybe they working out something. Maybe they working out something. Because Shakur is already going through the same thing that Crawford went through. When Shakur got to 135, that's what things got funny for him. Before that, you didn't really see too many Shakur haters like you see now. Same thing with Crawford. When he got to 147, you didn't see too many haters prior to him getting to 147 until he started pressing them dudes. They both going through the same shit. And eventually Shakur Stevenson will be in positions to where he's looking down laughing at them. That's probably what's going to happen. Because that's what happened for Terence Crawford. That's exactly what happened for Terence Crawford. He was on the outside looking in. Guys was, they had the little memes of him on the, outside the window with them playing the game together and shit. They did it, all that. And now he came through. He came through, bro. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of Bud, he's been really, really going bananas on guys like Danny Garcia and Keith Thurman. Now, those two guys reacted to some of the stuff that Terence Crawford was saying. Let me go and pull up what Terence Crawford had to say. For the people who don't know, who's not too social media savvy or anything like that, Terence Crawford has some pretty interesting things to say about his fellow peers, his fellow rivals. And yeah, he says right here, this is what started it. My mind, how the tables have turned. And Danny Swift, you keep determining, will never, and I mean never get a shot at the top dog. And that's me. Y'all whole asses didn't want no smoke when I wanted to fight. Remember, now y'all want to fight so bad. Go keep fighting each other like y'all like before. End quote. That's what Bud had to say, man. Boy, have the tables have turned. Boy, have the tables have turned. Come on, man. We remember this shit, bro. We remember all of this, bro, when they was like, yeah, we could just fight each other. We could leave Crawford out. PBC got their own thing going, man. We remember all that. Crawford remember when they didn't want to let him in. Right? Errol Spence let him in eventually. Salute to him. And Sean Porter did his thing. But guys like Keith and Danny, man, come on, bro. Come on, bro. It was a whole thing to keep Crawford out of there, right? It was a whole thing, and we all saw it. And then, what'd he say? He said, it's funny how all these fighters want to fight now, but back then, all they could say is I haven't fought nobody. Now they begging, looking for a check. Can't make this up. Yeah, Danny Garcia is looking for a check, man. You know what I'm saying? Look at these guys. He says, funny, you're begging for a fight with Canelo, but you throwing shade at fighters want to fight. He said, never beg. I'm good. I've been good. Bud just want to fight Canelo. He ain't even got to fight Canelo for real. He just want to fight the dude. He says, all these fighters that claim they be their own bosses hide behind the term call out. Now they talking like they can fight whoever they want. Boy, says y'all go pawns. No, boy, y'all some pawns, go sit down. Man, he coming at them dudes, bro. Y'all created a term though, a whole side of the street. When have boxers heard some shit like that till I moved up?
Killer fight, just fantasy. Wouldn't it be great?
It's a big money fight because a lot of people, saying drinking the Kool-Aid.
Regardless of the street, wouldn't you love to fight Terence Crawford? Wouldn't that be a spectacular fight? Just fantasy. Wouldn't it be great?
It's a big money fight because a lot of people, saying drinking the Kool-Aid.
Regardless of the street.
Y'all hear how he talked back then, though? Y'all hear the difference? Listen to the difference how he talked back then. It was way more just, now he's,
Regardless of the street, wouldn't you love to fight Terence Crawford? Wouldn't that be a spectacular fight? Just fantasy. Wouldn't it be great?
It's a big money fight because a lot of people, saying drinking the Kool-Aid.
Regardless of the street.
I mean, come on, man. They created a street, right? Remember that. All facts. Then Bud says, did me dirty. Had all these people that don't know anything about boxing, all trying to discredit my accomplishments. He haven't fought nobody, lies, but nobody wanted to be that so-called somebody. Yeah, they did. They did him dirty. And look, this person says, "And Arm did you the dirtiest." And he said, "And I learned from it." So yeah. Then he says, "They say the cream always rises to the top, and it looks like I'm the last man standing. I know y'all mad about it, but it's not my plan. This is God's plan." Dude said, "You really did beat my guy really bad." He said, "It's okay. He's a great fighter. He'll be back." So he's still saluting Errol Spence out here, you know. But he had to let Keith Thurman and these guys know, man, like, nah, man. Nah, bro. Y'all left me off the island. Y'all tried to, you know, y'all didn't let me get on the island. Errol Spence eventually opened up the patches through the back, right? Had to ride a little boat. You know what I'm saying? Had to watch for the guards and shit. Errol Spence let me in through the back. But other than that, man, y'all won't let me in that island fortress, bro. Y'all didn't let me in that island fortress, bro. Oh, I'm gonna get to what Danny had to say in a second. And salute to Swift 718. He said Danny is rich but can't afford sanction fees. Bro, hold up. Let me go pull all that stuff up. Danny said. Danny has some rebuttals to this stuff, right? Hold up. Actually, he was on video talking too. Hold up. But I'm gonna try to pull up the. Oh, these are guys that saying Bud was on PEDs. They really cooking on that PED stuff, bro. Them dudes are some busters. Hold up, man. Where's what Danny said at? Danny said about him. Oh, Keith Thurman has some shit to say too. Keith Thurman is talking shit. Oh, salute to you, best of Truex, all the way from South Africa, man. Much love to you, man. Salute. I'm trying to pull up what Danny had to say, his tweet. Let me just do it this way. Hold up. Because Danny has some things to say, and then he has some stuff to say on video too. We gonna play that. Now these guys just come out of nowhere though. Like, why now? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was y'all at, bro? Like, nah, man. Y'all know your boy shit all about the fight, man. But nah, bro. Nah. I feel Bud. Like I feel him. Like if he want to turn the left cheek to them dudes, then so hell yeah, man. After what they was doing all these years, bro. Nah, man, because we sat here and watched that shit happen as fight fans, as fans who wanted to see the best fighters compete. We sat here and watched that bullshit. We sat here and watched that bullshit, bro. Hold up, man. Where was this at? Let me. Andy Garcia said he rich already. Wait a minute. Wait, what's that? What Danny said? Danny Garcia. Danny literally looking for a check though. Based off what he said, man, he looking for a check. He ain't trying to do nothing for real. He just looking for a check, man. Danny ain't trying to do nothing for real. He ain't even fought since here you go. This is what Danny said. Jesus Christ, I can't believe I'm following this guy. Here you go. He says, I'm rich, bro. I don't need to fight you. I've been making millions. Plus, I ain't trying to pay all those sanction fees. I could use some of that money to buy some real estate. I mean, just that's and then they revealed the truth is revealed, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is the reason why Danny's been inactive. They just trying to get the biggest checks, and they've been doing that though. They've been doing that though, bro. For a long time. Been doing it. fighting these guys. You know what I'm saying? Nickel and dime in the division. I mean, who did Danny? I mean, I like Danny Garcia. My Mama Sheeta loves Danny Garcia, but I gotta keep it. And I like Danny Garcia, but I gotta keep it 1,000, man. Come on, Danny, bro. We see you fight once every 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Just like Keith, all them dudes, right? Extremely inactive fighters. Sean Porter was the only one that was really active. Salute to Sean Porter, who's retired now. You know what I'm saying? Because if Sean Porter go sit down, he go sit his ass all the way down. These dudes playing around, you know, trying to stay relevant, clout chasing off Crawford now. Clout chasing off Crawford now, bro. Keith Thurman got some audacity to beg for the fight, right? And you like I said, I'm all about the damn fight. I'm all for the fight, but nah, man, this is good because this is karma. Karma never forgets your address, man. She may not get you tomorrow, she may not get you next week, but she ain't gonna forget your address. She gonna come back and get you one way or another. And now Crawford is at the top right now. And he said he ain't giving y'all no damn fight. Y'all whole asses didn't give me no shot. Y'all literally tried to freeze me out. If Crawford still now feels that way, then he really felt that way that they froze him out. Because even now he's like, nah, man. There ain't no bygones be bygones, nothing, man. Y'all did me dirty as hell. We supposed to be cool. Oh, he ain't fought nobody. We could just fight each other and go back to fighting each other now. But Keith Thurman comes out and responds to Terence Crawford's tweet, right? Let's see what Keith Thurman had to say.
Yeah, man. Ain't mad about it, bro. I don't know if Danny said anything to spark that. I don't know, you know. There's a few things. One, you didn't beat up a champion, bro. I don't think that Errol Spence would beat Sean Porter. Okay. God bless you, kid. You're blessed. Everybody.
Wow. Salute the fighter up, man. Wow. Come on, Keith. He said you didn't beat a champion, bro. See? Oh my God, bro. This is the best shit. He said Bud didn't beat a champion.
Everybody knows in boxing that it's timing. You know, I don't really like to talk really down on fighters and take away, you know, I hate people who just treat people like, oh, this guy's washed up now, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of stuff being said about me and my career, you know, but do I still think you just beat up almost nobody? You know, you didn't beat up a real champion, kid. You know, everybody knows you put Thurman in the ring on that same night. Thurman wiped Spence. That arrow gets wiped by many people. Okay.
Wow. Keith Thurman literally. Crawford gonna have to see this nigga, man. Nah, bro. If I was Crawford, I'll see him. Oh yeah. I'll see him ASAP. I'll see him. That right there will trigger me into getting into a fight. How the audacity of you. You didn't even want to fight Errol. Wow. That was my first time hearing that. A good way to downplay Crawford, bro. This is what they do. They found a way. They're going to always find a way. I can't wait till this rematch. But they're going to always find a way. They're going to always find a way to downplay Terence Crawford, bro. He said you didn't beat a champion. Salute to Swift 718 for the super chat, the sponsor of the stream. He says these guys' value has dropped from where it was when he wanted to fight them. Bud's value is all-time high. He slayed their king. Now blood is supposed to deal with these peasants. The ship has sailed. Facts, bro. Facts, bro. Man. Keith was mad. Keith went there. Keith knew this was a low blow. This was a low blow. He didn't have to really disrespect. This was a low blow from Keith. Keith might get the fight he looking for from this one. Just from saying that, he might get that fight, bro. Because that got my blood boiling. That got my blood boiling. And it wasn't no explicits or nothing like that. He was just like being a damn. He just downplayed the biggest fighter of like this decade, basically. And the biggest performance. The best performance of your career. These are fighting words. If I'm Crawford, I'll be looking for Keith. Fuck that. Fuck, I ain't giving him a shot. Nah, Keith, you got one. Oh, you got it now, buddy. You just stopping in, man. Let's play this again. Keith Thurman, man. Hey, that got me fired up. And he didn't even talk. What? This is how they really feel. This is why Ugis, all these guys, they cannot believe that Terence Crawford went out there and smoked Errol Spence like that. But then again, going into the fight, Keith Thurman kind of knew Crawford was going to win. But Keith Thurman also now knows how to play the villain and say, oh, nah, man, you didn't even beat the real Errol Spence. Everybody knows that wasn't the real Errol Spence. Oh, yeah, you need to get him.
Yeah, man. Ain't mad about it, bro. I don't know if Danny said anything to spark that. I don't know, there's a few things. One, you didn't beat up a champion, bro. I don't think that Errol Spence would beat Sean Porter. Okay. God bless you, kid. You're blessed. Everybody knows in boxing that it's timing. I don't really like to talk really down on fighters and take away. I hate people who just treat.
And by him doing this, he shitted on Spence too. Because Errol Spence, and salute to Spence, bro. Salute to fucking Errol Spence, and hopefully he stands on this. He still have yet to come out with any excuse. But everybody, even his fellow peers, former rivals, is coming out with excuses. No, he himself has yet to come out with excuses. By them doing that, they shitting on Errol Spence Jr.
Treat people like, oh, this guy's washed up now, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of stuff being said about me and my career, but do I still think you just beat up almost nobody? You didn't beat up a real champion, kid. Everybody knows you put Thurman in the ring on that same night. Thurman wiped Spence. That Errol gets wiped by many people.
Wow. Hey, he said, don't do it, bud. He trying to talk his way. Man, hey, that damn near worked, dude. What Keith doing is working. It'll work. Hold on 1 second, you guys. This method will definitely work, bro. Now, what Danny said was like some passive little, I don't really want to fight, but I got to get a little bit of clout right now. So let me just say something about Crawford. Yeah, it's a possibility. And Crawford went off on him. Like Crawford was almost waiting for them dudes to do this, right? Hey, Lost Art of Boxing. That shit damn near worked for me. I damn near want to see Crawford and Keith right now, just from that, bro. Because you look at Keith's face. This is a serious Keith. All this other stuff we've been seeing from Thurman was him like kind of just like putting on a character. Now this is serious, Keith. Keith truly believes that Crawford didn't beat Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? So Crawford needs to go ahead and get up in there with Keith Thurman and show him that this shit is real. Look, now there's gonna be a narrative that Crawford still ain't fought nobody. Now he still ain't fought nobody. Errol Spence, he was a nobody too now. Everybody's a nobody when Crawford fights him, bro. Everybody's a nobody. I can't wait till he gets like shit. Well played, Keith. Yeah, well played. Salute to Damone Daniels. He said, Cap, Keith been out of the ring almost 2 years. He's not acting right. Keith is semi-retired. Yeah, he is. He is semi. He hasn't fought since Barrios. Barrios is about to fight again against Ugas, the guy that Keith was supposed to be fighting for real. Keith Thurman is really, he's a joke, man. At this point, he's kind of a joke. This is really clever, though. This might get him a fight. This right here, this might get him a fight. Crawford might turn a cheek to it, but it might be hard for him to turn a cheek to that. It might be hard for him to turn a cheek to that. I think when Crawford hears that, he gonna react to it. I'm gonna see, and we're gonna see if Crawford reacts to this statement here from Keith, because Keith really downplayed the shot of the Errol Spence fight and said that he really shitted on Spence too. He said Keith should fight Danny again for the franchise tag. Yeah, they should fight. Go ahead, keep fighting each other like y'all been doing. You know, so y'all thought that shit was gonna last forever. That little round robin shit y'all was doing. You know, trying to keep Bud out. Nobody wants the WB no belt and all this stuff. And now, you know, here we are. Well, the cream always rises to the top. Now, Keith Thurman probably was kind of taken back from Crawford's statement, which probably led him to him really hitting it low with Crawford. But Crawford was waiting for this moment. He was waiting for them dudes to really come out and start to, you know, beg for the fight, so to speak. This is essentially what he was kind of waiting on, and he reacted like he was waiting on it. And Danny and them was like, whoa. I thought we was cool, man. Nah, man, I remember what y'all did, bro. Nah, I ain't forget, bro. Salute to Damon Webster for the super chat. He says, go watch Boxing Jams to see Errol do the same moves he did in his previous fights, and the same didn't work against Bud. Overreaching, TC made him pay. Bro, I know, Damon, right? Like, I don't have a notepad out where I got a certain thing. That's why I'm glad when you guys comment. Errol Spence, and I didn't even see my boy Boxing Jams video yet, but I already knew that Errol Spence do the same thing in every fight. He was the same guy that fought Ugas, that fought Danny, that fought Sean. It was that same fucking fighter, bro. It's just that he was in there with a guy like Terence Crawford, a guy who's a counterpuncher, who's a guy who you can't make no mistakes against, bro. Who's extremely sharp, disciplined. He's checking all the boxes. And he made Errol Spence look like he was leagues below him in terms of skill. Now, Errol Spence wasn't the same guy. No, he was in there with a different guy than a docile Ugas, a plant-eating Ugas, an unmotivated, flat Danny Garcia. It's the same fucking Errol Spence, off-balance Errol. No disrespect to Spence, man. But I'm just saying, bro, it was the same guy. Derrick James, they never leveled up his game over the years, bro. They didn't level up. He didn't get better. Too many spots of inactivity. And then you dealing with a gym rat like Crawford. None of them dudes are gym rats. They're not gym rats like this dude is, bro. This dude lives, eats, sleeps, shits boxing, bro. It's a difference. Yeah, they could fight. They fighters. They could fight. But Crawford, he lives, eats, sleeps this shit, man. He ain't. You don't never see him out of shape, overweight, talking about, oh, I gotta get back down to weight and get health as well. Nah, man, his health is already his. Come on, bro. It's a total difference. Yeah, Damon Webster, all the same moves. All the same moves, man. All the same moves, bro. Literally. I'm gonna go check out Boxing Gym's video, and it's probably gonna ask me to do a video of my damn self after watching that. So I'm gonna go check that out. But bro, I already knew. I follow boxing, bro. I watch boxing. I know how to put the fandom aside and look at fights objectively. Look at what fighters' strengths are, weaknesses are, their tendencies, what they like to do, what they don't like to do. I watch all that shit. I just not really good at breaking it down in an analytical aspect. But I've been to Errol Spence did a lot of the same shit in his fights, bro. It's not about him being a different version or this or that. Errol Spence looked strong. Let's be real. If Errol Spence was really like hurt and weight drained, man, he wouldn't even been able to get up as many times as he did like that. He was trying to fight. He was just in there with an extremely sharp fighter. With a lot of he was just in there with an extremely strong, sharp fighter, bro. That's all it is. But they go start to find a way to really just try to downplay Terence Crawford, man. And this is going to be the story of Bud's career. This is what they like to do, and this is what they going to continue to do. You say call Bud the professional. Yeah, man. They trying to say he wasn't the same fighter, man. And for those who just coming in, then let's play again what Keith Thurman had to say real quick. Hold up.
Okay. Yeah, man. Ain't mad about it, bro. I don't know if Danny said anything to spark that. I don't know, there's a few things. One, you didn't beat up a champion, bro. I don't think that Errol Spence would beat Sean Porter. Okay. God bless you, kid. You're blessed. Everybody knows in boxing that it's timing. I don't really like to talk really down on fighters and take away. I hate people who just treat people like, oh, this guy's washed up now, blah blah blah. There's a lot of stuff being said about me and my career, but do I still think you just beat up almost nobody? You didn't beat up a real champion, kid. Everybody knows you put Thurman in the ring on that same night. Thurman wiped Spence. That Errol gets wiped by many people. Okay.
That's what Keith Thurman had to say, y'all. I mean, wow. Right? That's what Keith Thurman had to say. My dog is trying to mess with me. But yeah, Keith Thurman, he was actually, I think that what Crawford said kind of stung a little bit. I think what Bud said stung a little bit. I think what Bud said stung a little bit. So this is what Keith said. You know what? Let me go ahead and really, really stick it to Terence Crawford. Tell him how I really feel. Yeah, so Bud, I don't know if it's so was Errol not the same guy or was it just Bud is on PEDs? I don't know what it is. Lost Art of Boxing. It's one of the two. Either Crawford either Crawford was on PEDs or Errol Spence wasn't the same fighter, bro. It looked like the same fighter to me, right? It looked like the same fighter to me. I seen the same guy. Oh, I seen the same fighter. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. Yeah, all I hear is payday, but Keith did sound like he was he sounded defeated, Drew Reed. He did. He sounded kind of defeated, like, damn, that's my shot right there. Right? My last real shot at glory. Now I gotta deal with Boots Ennis. You know what? Let me go ahead and really, really stick it to Terence Crawford, tell him how I really feel. Maybe I can get this fight. This is his last, this is like his trump card he had to pull out of his back pocket to try to get the fight. It might work. To me, this sounds like for me, I damn near want to like, okay, yeah, Crawford, you got to see him, bro. Yeah, you gotta show him. He says Jamel tried to salute to Swift 718 for another super chat to sponsor the stream. He says Jamel tried to say Bud was weight drained. EJ, how? No, yeah, EJ was reigning triple unified champion and Big Fish at welterweight. Weak excuses for days. EJ was EJ that night. Relentless with heart, just ineffective. Facts, bro. Thank you. That's exactly what he was, dog. He was relentless with a lot of heart, bro. He didn't look like a fighter to me that was drained. In a ring fighting, he looked like Errol Spence Jr. He had energy. He was fighting back. Like it's not like he wasn't really fighting back. He was fighting back. He was trying to win. He got up. The referee had to pretty much stop the fight. Errol Spence would have fought to the end. You know what I'm saying? Weight drained fighters, man, they be nah, bro. He wouldn't have got up. Errol Spence was getting up and everything. He was swinging. He was fighting. You know. He said Bud just turned Super Saiyan on July 29th and Errol couldn't. Facts. That's all that happened, bro. What's going on, Big Blunts and Boxing? Salute. Yeah, keep Thurman out here hating on Bud, man. He mad though. Bud was waiting for this moment. Bud was waiting for these guys to come out here and start like saying they want to fight now. Like, man, why now, bro? You, Ugis, all y'all, bro. Y'all act like y'all didn't want to fight. Y'all tried to say I didn't fight nobody. I never done nothing. Go fight Amir Khan. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all said all kinds of stuff. Danny Garcia really didn't say too much, but call Al. That's what Danny likes to say. Call Al. Right? Call Al. Dude always in shape, ready to go, man. You know what I'm saying? Always in shape, ready to go. Bud Crawford ain't playing no games out here, man. And now he's calling the shots. Now he's calling the shots. Now he's in position. Right? Now he's in position, bro. The cream always rises to the top, man. I swear I remember like it was yesterday where all these dudes, bro, was like, yeah, he can't, yeah, he on the wrong side of the street. Yeah. He ain't done nothing. He ain't fought nobody. I remember all this shit like it was yesterday. Now look at today. Them dudes are 35 too, 34, 35. They ain't fought in like 2 years. And Terence Crawford is the undisputed welterweight champion, world pound for pound king of boxing, and one of the best fighters of this generation. And now his name is attached to that of Canelo Alvarez out of nowhere, a guy that's 3 weight classes up. So Bud is big money right now. Bud is big money right now. Danny Garcia looking for that check. He said, man, I ain't trying to pay no sanction fees. I just want that check, bro. I want to get some more real estate. So Danny's just out here looking for the check, man. It's been that way for years, and he kind of exposed himself. So sorry, Mama Shido, but Danny's just out here looking for a check right now. And Keith Thurman, I mean, that's pretty much the same thing he's doing. He can get himself in position by fighting Boots Ennis, taking Boots Ennis' IBF spot, but he ain't trying to fight Boots. He ain't trying to fight Boots. Not at all. Yeah, EJ, the only dude, man, despite it all. Errol Spence, he let Crawford in on the PBC island through the back, right, through the boat. You know, he made sure the timing was right. He told Crawford, you got to come around this time, you know, sneak past the guards, ride through the boat, you know, get off on a certain spot and swim. You know, we're going to let you in through the back. But them other dudes, man, they was on the fortress just like, nah, we ain't dealing with this dude. They wanted $10 million and all this shit. We remember all this shit like it was yesterday, man. And now this is the day to gloat and boast. Now it was a 180. It's like boxing fans wanted to see this guy fail. It's like they didn't want to see this dude succeed or see if he was really as good as they say. And now they still found a way to downplay. In the biggest fight of the year, one of the biggest fights to be made, and one of the more lopsided performances in a fight of that magnitude, and they still find a way to downplay it. Oh, well, he was on PEDs. Oh, well, Errol Spence was weight drained. He was weight drained. Oh, he wasn't the same guy. But they say he wasn't the same guy when he fought Danny. They say he wasn't the same guy when he fought Ugas. They say, like, it's the same guy, the same social security number, same birth certificate. And this same guy is not making no excuses. Like the mass majority of these boxing fans out here. And now guys like Keith Thurman, Ugas, what did Ugas say the other day? Oh, I can't believe it. What was that? That wasn't the same Spence I fought. Yeah, something like that, Ugas said. Come on, man. Yeah, that was the same Spence you fought, bro. You actually had a good moment in the fight. You let off the gas, fool. You let up off the gas, fool. Crawford hit that gas so hard right out the gate. He didn't hit no brakes. You let up off the gas, bro. That was the same Errol Spence. The off balance, overreaching, really predictable, sluggish, slow. The last time I've seen Errol Spence look sharp was probably against Lamont Peterson. Like really sharp. Punches snapping. Looked strong, looked explosive. That's probably the last time I've seen Errol Spence look really strong. Maybe that was his last fight with Blu-ray too. Maybe Blu-ray was a factor for Spence. That extra strength and conditioning, the calisthenics and whatever that is. Whatever the case, that's the same Errol Spence. He never got better over the years. He never leveled up. Yeah, EJ handled it like a G, bro. And now, by these people coming out saying what they saying and doing what they doing, they essentially shitting on EJ. They essentially shitting on EJ. What Keith Thurman say? Anybody would have whooped that Errol Spence. Anybody would have whooped that Errol Spence. But then why didn't you fight him years ago when you was in position, Keith? He says, salute thinking that he says Boxing Gems actually used the Ugas fight to show the world that was the same Errol Spence, all the smack. Yeah, bro. And I think I did see that. I'm gonna have to watch that video. Like I said, salute to my boy Boxing Gems, man. Go check him out. I need to go watch that because I already knew, bro. I already knew. I don't even gotta watch the breakdown, but I'm gonna go watch it because I already know. But I already knew. Like Errol Spence do the same shit in all his fights, bro. And if you watch the Ugas fight, it was the same Spence that fought Terence Crawford, bro. He was just in there with Terence Crawford, who was extremely well prepared. He was well prepared for Errol Spence, man. He was well prepared for that version of Errol Spence. Or any version for that matter. I don't think any version of Errol Spence, whether the back in the day when he was still a fresh young welterweight, he would have got beat by Crawford any day of the week, bro. But it's a tough fight for any of these dudes. Hashtag free Bomac. Speaking of Bomac, Frank Warren said Bomac could probably be banned from the UK for life. So he may get sent back home, you know, but he'll probably be banned from the UK for life. He said Boxing Gems. Yeah, I'm going to have to watch that video, man. I would pull it up on here, but I had to get his blessing, you know, to pull it up on here and stuff. He'll probably let me do it, but I have to get his blessings next time we do a stream or something and talk to him. Probably get him on the stream as well. But, I mean, I already knew that, man. You know? But boxing fans want to come up with excuses as to why the dude lost. Like, nah, man, that's the same guy that fought. All right, bro. That's the same guy that I forgot what I was saying now. People calling my phone and shit. Yeah, I'm gonna check out that video though, man. I don't know, man. Like I said though, Keith Thurman, he was hurt from the shit that Crawford said. He didn't like that at all. Keith Thurman did not like that. He did not like that. You know, he didn't like it. And that's why he said, well, Crawford, guess what? You didn't fight nobody for real. That was the weakest version of Errol Spence that night, and everybody in the world knows it. That's pretty much what he said in a nutshell. Crazy that these guys are continuously finding ways to downplay Terence Crawford, man. But I think that's just what happens when you're really that good, man. I mean, Floyd Mayweather went through some similar shit. I mean, when you're really good, bro, that's just kind of what happens. Until you really that's really what happens in boxing for the most part. It's not like that in MMA, but in boxing it's definitely like that. When you're a guy that's undefeated, that's really, really good, they go find something. And you're a guy like Terence Crawford, who's been probably about as most dominant as a fighter we've seen in the past decade. Yeah, you just didn't fight nobody. Right? They'll just chalk it up as simply you just didn't fight nobody. Errol Spence now is a nobody. Yeah, Errol Spence Jr., y'all, has been reduced to nobody. Ain't that some shit? Who foreseen this coming? If we had talked about this about a year ago, that Errol Spence would be reduced to nobody. Well, we foreseen this over here on Bushido Boxing because this is what they do. When Crawford going out there and watch Spence, well, he was a nobody too. And now if he gets Keith Thurman's in the ring, well, Keith Thurman been out of the ring for 2 years. Well, he was washed up anyway. Or he beat up on Boo Sanders. Well, Boo Sanders was green. He never fought nobody. That's going to be the story of Terence Crawford's career. And it's likely going to be the same for Shakur Stevenson unless he can get guys like Devin and Tank in the ring. He may not get no credit for De Los Santos. De Los Santos is a really good fighter. Tough, too. Strong, good, could punch, motivated, hungry. Tough fight. He beats him. Oh, well, he ain't nobody. He beats Frank Martin. Oh, well, Frank Martin's a late bloomer. He started late. He was supposed to beat him. Pitbull Cruz. Oh, well, Pitbull Cruz. Oh, he only even 5'2". Tank Davis. Oh, well, Tank Davis, he never even fought no black fighters. Like, so, I mean, come on, man. They go find something. They're This is how boxing works, man, in a modern era. You know? But I mean, like I said, Bud predicted everything, Damone. That was the most epic moment video in boxing in a decade, as far as outside of the ring. That encounter with Spence and Crawford from back in 2018, because Crawford predicted literally everything. Even Bob Arum warned him, "Stay away from him. That's the smartest thing you can do, is to stay away from Terence." And Bob knows his boxing. Bob knows what the fuck he's watching. They say he be there from like the opening fight to the very last fight. He be falling asleep and shit, but he be sitting there the whole time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Bud Crawford predicted everything that was going to happen. The stanky leg from them saying, coming up with excuses. He been at the way too long. I mean, bro, he predicted all this shit. And then he reacted to Danny and Keith like he was waiting for them, like he knew they was going to come out eventually and say some shit. Like he was waiting for it. And Spence did predict that one-sided ass whooping. He said Floyd's last 15 fights of his career were cherry picks. Yeah, Floyd was able to pick and choose who he fought. And I love Floyd, but I always keep it 1,000 with Floyd too, man. He put Pampers on boxing. But his little run, he put Pampers on boxing. He softened the shit up. So Crawford, for me, was a breath of fresh air. It was just a matter of him getting opportunities. And, you know, he was a breath of fresh air for me. Even though I loved Floyd, he did put Pampers on boxing. Softened it up, protected my O. Taking smart, being, you know, all that shit. You know, it's true, but man, nah, man, you in the hurt business, bro. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? This is what we sign up for. Oh well, no, I'm just do this, a high reward, low risk and shit, and you know, robbing the bank. That shit turned a lot of people off. But Crawford, nah, man, I'm looking for the biggest, best challenges I can get. Oh well, he can't do that. He don't deserve a fighting. What kind of shit is, bro? Come on, man. That's the kind of world we living in. So fans got on Floyd's ass for Floyd not moving how Crawford moving. Now Crawford out here moving how Crawford moving. Oh well, no, we don't really want him to move like that. It's not smart. Oh, we rather move. Come on, man. What's going on? What's going on out here? He said Floyd is the reason why. Yeah, he is. Canelo is Floyd Jr., man. Canelo's Floyd Jr., bro. Canelo is doing what he's doing because, well, Floyd did it. And he followed the blueprint. Plus, he's Mexican. The Mexicans, they support, man. They love their people. Undying loyalty. Like, you know, they don't care. Well, smart. But Floyd, man, I don't know. He put Pampers on boxing, so guys like Keith start it trickled down to the upcoming generation. Guys like Keith and them start doing that. You know, start really, you know. I mean, but that's the name of the game, man. These dudes look for the biggest fights, the biggest paydays. You know, a lot of these guys come from nothing. You know, they hands, they fighting, they fists got them to where they at. If you look at it from to even get to the world stage is a feat within itself. To be able to even fight on fucking ESPN, bro, that's not easy to do. Unless you're just an opponent they just pull up off the street real quick. But to be a headline fighter and all that shit ain't easy to do, bro. There's a lot of politics involved. Look at Terence Crawford's career, how his shit played out. It worked out for him. It was God's plan. But a guy like Terence Crawford wasn't supposed to be where he's at today, despite how good he was. There's some guys that in your fucking region right now that's probably really fucking good who probably never will make it because of bad management or not just having the right opportunities or, you know, opponents pulling out of fights and shit. It's a lot of little shit. Boxing is really tough, man. Even the fighting alone is tough, but the politics is a whole nother animal. And Crawford was able to maneuver through the politics without being well, did he even make the Olympic team? I don't even think he made the Olympic team. But he was a good amateur, though. I mean, but look how it played out for him. He was a sparring partner for Timothy Bradley and shit, and the rest is fucking history, bro. If Timothy Bradley never said nothing, or Mikey Garcia never vouched for him back in the day, they probably wouldn't even really been in it. He probably wouldn't even be where he at. And that's how tough boxing is, bro. It's more than you could be really fucking good, but if you ain't got the right people with you, you ain't gonna make it, bro. If you ain't got the right people with you, you ain't gonna make it in boxing. You just won't. There's a lot of good fighters out there who never got the right opportunities, who eventually just got stale, got flat, lost motivation, and start losing. Who could have been great. Who didn't get the payday soon enough, got too caught up into the streets, the fast money, the girls, fell off. It's tough. So you got to respect the gym rats like Jerron Ennis and Crawford and Shakur, the guys that can stay in the gym and stay focused and not get distracted, not get too comfortable, get fat and shit. Floyd Mayweather was extremely disciplined, though. Despite all that shit, he was an extremely disciplined fighter, man. And excellent at marketing and sales and selling itself as a fighter. Yeah, bro. Salute to Drico Bay. He said, shit, I remember Al and them guys made up a whole fake tournament to keep that belt. Ugas. Yeah, bro. Come on, bro. That's stuff that people don't talk about, bro, that we only talk about on this side of the internet, dog. They made up a fake tournament to try to keep Ugas out of a jam, bro. I remember that. WBA tried to make him have 2 mandatories out of nowhere just to keep Crawford away. I remember that shit, bro. Come on, man. This is stuff that happened that they don't want to talk about. Come on, man. These dudes is tripping out here. Hey, he says, how ironic that Bud. Yeah, some people was really critical of Bud's mom's how she rose him. But if you from the black neighborhood, from the hood, you understand that kind of you understand that you may have had a friend who got raised like that, your cousin, or you even got kind of raised like that, real tough, real hard. Bud's mom was really fucking real hard on him. And that's probably why he is the way he is today, to where he got to constantly always try to prove himself. Even because his mom was doubting him, and now people in the world doubting him. Then he's like, all right, let me go ahead and go after Canelo. Let me go after Jamel just to shut everybody up. You know what? Let me just go fight Tyson Fury next so I can really shut everybody up. You know what I'm saying? He's that type of dude. But, it worked out for him. That type of upbringing ain't for everybody. Bud's a tough dude, man. A lesser person would have been broken. But it worked out. His mom raised the champion, bro. Unorthodox as it may sound, what she did, she raised a champion. And probably one of the best fighters of all time and shit. You said who I got between Boo Boo and Benavidez? I don't know, man. Boo Boo looking really good right now. I think he's training with Andre Rozier. He was looking really sharp, switching stances. I don't know. He didn't look good. His fight with Desmond Nicholson, who actually I think just got knocked out recently. But Boo Boo didn't look good against that guy, his initial fight. Benavidez been looking pretty good. I don't know, bro. I say it's 50-50 as of right now, honestly, man. Boo Boo's a little older now. I don't know. Boo Boo got to look sharp for me. Boo Boo been looking sloppy out there. Like he just kind of just playing around. I need to see a really serious Andre. And I think a serious Andre could be something special. So, I don't know. I say it's 50-50, man. I think Benavidez is really that. I like Benavidez, man. I like the Benavidez's. So, I don't know, man. It's a tough fight. I say it's 50-50. But yeah, you guys, I got to get shaking and moving. Keith Thurman, man. Wow. That's interesting, man. This is my first time hearing it today. Salute to Fight Hub TV, Marcos Villegas. Is that Marcos? Or is that him? I don't know. Fight Hub. Salute to Fight Hub, man. Whatever the case may be, man. And Keith Thurman out here talking shit. You know, I think what Crawford said really, really hurt him a little bit. It stung a little bit what Crawford said. You know, shot his, you know, it just kind of hurt. So he said, you know what, let me go ahead and kick Crawford in the nuts with this one. And let's see if I can get a fight then. Really interested from Keith. Shakur Stevenson, Frank Martin is still going back and forth. Frank Martin said he didn't duck no 50-50 split. Me personally, I believe that Frank Martin wants to fight. Man, us boys out here, we ain't from Indiana, we ain't ducking like that. We ain't ducking no smoking shit. You know what I'm saying? But I think Al Heyman probably is one of those situations to where Al Heyman botched the fucking fight. That's just my opinion. I think Al Heyman, it's something to do with the business. You know what I'm saying? I think personally Frank Martin wants to fight to prove himself. But the business, for whatever reason, you know, his handler said, nah, and you know, I don't know, man. Whatever the case, man, now Shakur is saying if you ask for this behind the scenes 50-50, you want a 50-50 for the fight, and you know, I don't know, bro. That's the latest with that. Other than that, ain't really too much been going on in boxing, you guys, other than Shakur Stevenson talking shit and pissing people off. He's looking at Edwin De Los Santos, right? By the way, for the people who just stopped in, we talked about it earlier. He's looking at Edwin De Los Santos as the next opponent. You know, but went at Danny Garcia. You know, Danny said he's just looking to buy some more money for some real estate. Danny just in it for the checks, man. He don't care about collecting belts or nothing or doing anything else great. You know, that's what Danny's on, you know. So yeah, man, that's the video, man. That's the stream, man. Salute to everybody in the building, man. Much love to all you guys that stop in and support your boy. Hope everybody have a good day. Catch you guys on the next one. Like, subscribe, hot your boy. Peace out.